Hey guys, I want to talk to you today about midline stability and using this throughout all of your movements in CrossFit. There's a term in basic understanding of CrossFit which is core to extremity. So whenever we do anything, we want to use our big muscles before our little muscles. And you hear a lot, people will tell you like, hey man, keep your abs tight, or right before an Olympic lifter steps up to the platform, or before they start their lift, their coach will say, stay tight. Well, what exactly does it mean? Well, what it means is we really want our midline to be tight and braced, okay? So if you think about flexing your abs, or like someone's gonna punch you in the stomach and you have a really tight abs so that it doesn't hurt, or you don't lose your wind, that's what we're talking about. The way that I come about this is I take my thumb and I put it right on my belly button with my hand flat, and then I take my other thumb and I put it in between my chest with my hand flat, and then I squeeze my abs nice and tight, and I want to create the shortest distance possible in between my hands. We don't want to overextend at the spine, because that's a different thing here. We're just working on keeping the ab muscles tight. So I think about flexing. Now, it's pretty easy for a lot of people to do when they're just standing up nice and tall, or when they're doing something static. But when we add in the dynamic aspect of a lot of movements, that's where we see our issues. One of the main ones where I see it is in squatting. People will have a short distance, they'll be nice and active here, and then they'll go to squat and they'll stick their butt back because they want to initiate with their hips, and the distance in between their hands will be much bigger. All right, so what we need to be is really here. Now, if you think about it, when you look at this side view, you see a pretty flat back, and for the unexperienced or untrained eye, it looks decent. However, that back is hyperextended. So what I need to do is restart the movement, brace my abs by keeping them tight, keep that short distance, then send the butt back, and you can see my back position is still flat, but it's not hyperextended. There isn't that bow to it. All right? One other way to do this is we have to fill our diaphragm with air. So the concept is to keep them flexed, but when we do this under load, it gets a little bit harder. So we want to fill our diaphragm up. It comes down to breathing. The technique for getting ready to really brace your abs is to breathe as if you're breathing through a straw. So pursed lips, or just like you're breathing through a straw. So you put your lips together, and then that air is in the stomach, and then you can lock it down. And you can practice this at home. Breathe really, like with a really wide mouth. You'll see it fills your lungs up, not a diaphragm, not the diaphragm. So, and then we lock it down. That's how I get my position, and then I start my lift. This happens a lot. Just think about deadlifts, setting up for deadlifts, tight, give a good midline, lock it down, and set up that way, as opposed to and setting up for my deadlift. All right, guys, hope this helps. It's a huge tool to honestly lift a whole lot more weight, do it a lot more safely, putting a lot less stress on the lower back. I jumped PRs. I learned, I've been told this my whole entire time doing CrossFit, but when I learned this, I think I jumped up like 20 pounds in every lift, just because I was like, whoa, I didn't really realize I wasn't doing it necessarily correctly, or to the most effective way. So use the midline. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you at the box.